at that time?
No, she did not know English. She did not know English. Whatnot. She had a good ear, and so this stood her in good stead when she finally landed in the United States. She picked up English rather quickly, and spoke English very well. With an accent, a slight accent. It was not a terrible accent, but she did have a slight accent. But she knew the language very well. And needless to say, the children, of course, were brought up in the States and educated in the States, so their English was perfect. But the two older sisters, my mother and Dorothy, were bilingual. They knew both Yiddish and English. Um, their knowledge of Russian, being such a young age, sort of receded into the background. But they spoke Yiddish and English throughout their life. And so my mother was used to having a lot of people around because since my grandfather was a cantor, then he would invite people for a Shabbat meal, either Friday night or Saturday after services, and so the house was always filled with guests and a lot of people. And my mother was a very gregarious woman because of her upbringing. Now, my father.
Wait. Let's stay with Leah, okay?
Okay.
Because what I'm learning here, that she was brought up by two immigrants. She is growing up to be an American, but the Jewish roots are very strong.
Yes.
In their family. Is that grandfather is the same guy that worked for the State Department as a translator?
Yes.
So he is becoming a cantor.
Right. Now he was a cantor in Odessa, but his language skills, were what was exploited, utilized by the State Department. But he was always a cantor. I mean, he had a trained cantorial voice, and so after the war, he picked up that and continued with it in the States.
So he is working for what kind of a synagogue? Is that an Orthodox synagogue in the Boston area?
Well, that's interesting. No, he worked for conservative synagogues in the Boston area.
He himself but before he came to the U.S., I assume that he never heard the word conservative. And if he was a cantor, he was most likely a cantor for an Orthodox job.
Well, that I really don't know about his early years. I know that he assimilated in terms of American culture. He assimilated quite easily into American culture, and as did the family, but while maintaining Jewish identity. So it is not, outlandish that he would gravitate to a conservative minyan, because most Jews at the time were turning to conservative Judaism, and that's where the jobs were.
So you are growing
up. You could make a nicer living working for a conservative shul than an Orthodox shul, because the Orthodox shuls are really shtiblich. They were really small minyanim. The conservative shuls were temples, with the large congregations, and so and in terms of parnasah and an income, right, they were much more attractive.